In Maine, a heated debate over transgender participation in girls' sports has reached a new level of public protest. During a recent school board meeting in the state's capital, Augusta, two women made headlines by undressing in protest of state policies that allowed transgender females, biological males, to compete in girls' sports and share girls' locker rooms. The protest unfolded as local parent Nick Blanchard addressed the board with a passionate speech condemning the enforcement of those state rules. Blanchard, who had already spoken earlier in the meeting, returned to the podium with the two women standing behind him. As he spoke, the women began removing their outer clothing to visually demonstrate the discomfort they said young girls feel in such situations. Blanchard told board members that what they were feeling in that moment, the awkwardness and discomfort, mirrored what young girls experience when biological boys enter their private spaces. He emphasized that the board's stance sends a message that the state does not care about the safety and privacy of its young female athletes. The incident quickly drew attention across social media and local news outlets, reigniting the already polarized discussion surrounding gender identity and fairness in sports. Interestingly, this wasn't the first time such a form of protest had taken place. Just weeks earlier in California, a women's rights activist named Beth Bourne staged a similar demonstration during a school board meeting in Davis, voicing her opposition to policies allowing males in girls' locker rooms. Both California and Maine's education departments are now facing legal challenges from the U.S. Department of Justice over these policies. Meanwhile, several school districts in both states have passed resolutions aligning with former President Donald Trump's executive order known as Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports. State Democratic leaders, however, have refused to enforce it. In Maine, the RSU 24 school board recently approved a local amendment in support of separating girls' and boys' sports based on biological sex. At that meeting, Republican gubernatorial candidate David Jones spoke in favor of the move, saying that while he respects individuals' personal choices, biology cannot be ignored. He urged Maine residents to protect every young girl in the state and prevent any potential harm to their well-being. Transgender inclusion in school sports has been permitted in Maine since 2005, when the Maine Human Rights Act banned discrimination based on gender identity. That policy was reaffirmed and expanded in 2024 when the Maine Principals Association updated its guidelines to explicitly allow transgender athletes to compete according to their gender identity. The state's Democratic leadership, including Governor Janet Mills, continues to defend these rights, positioning Maine as one of the states actively resisting national efforts to limit trans participation. However, growing local backlash shows that many residents disagree. Recent protests at the state capitol and multiple school board meetings highlight how deeply divided the issue has become. According to a new poll by the American Parents Coalition, roughly 63% of Maine voters believe participation in school sports should be determined by biological sex. About two-thirds of respondents also said it's only fair to reserve girls' sports for biological females. That same survey found strong support for a potential ballot measure that would make this restriction official, with majorities of parents and independent voters backing it. As Maine's debate continues to unfold, the issue is rapidly becoming part of a broader national conversation about gender identity, fairness, and children's rights, one that shows no signs of slowing down. This is InsightPulse, bringing you the latest updates on issues shaping the nation's future. If you found this story informative, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more real-world reports and deep insights into today's most controversial topics.